I'm Paul Perkins with the check of your ag weather. After highs mostly in the 70s with breezy north winds and highs in the 80s over north central Kansas, thunderstorms continue to develop along a cold front from eastern Nebraska to north central Kansas through this evening. Storms could be severe with half-dollar size hail and wind gusts to 60, mostly along and southeast of a line from Fremont to York, Smith Center, and Stockton, where there is a slight risk of level 2 of 5. Mostly non-severe thunderstorms also expected to develop farther north and west this evening through the overnight, but the exact location and coverage is uncertain. As the cold front lifts back to the north, our highs warm into the 80s to around 90 tomorrow, mid-80s to the low 90s on Wednesday. Additional thunderstorms with a low severe risk are likely to develop during the late day and night for tomorrow and Wednesday. Heavy rain, possibly with localized flooding, may occur with storms moving over or training over the same area. Total rain amounts may range 1.5 inches to 2.5 inches. Thunderstorm chances diminish by Thursday. Highs stay mostly in the mid-80s to the low 90s for Thursday on into the weekend. In our long-term forecast, warmer than normal temperatures are likely for Nebraska, Kansas, and nearly all of the U.S. this weekend through the Independence Day weekend, especially for Nebraska and Kansas this weekend through early next week. Rain chances continue. Above normal rainfall predicted for Nebraska and Kansas this weekend through July 6th. Those higher chances for Nebraska and Kansas favoring early next week. Key weather factors impacting the markets include heavy rain for the upper Midwest, heat across the southern and eastern U.S., and dry areas in the Black Sea region, China, and Australia. An early season heat wave continues in advance of a cold front slowly crossing the nation's midsection. With the center of a strong ridge of high pressure parked over the mid-Atlantic states, high temperatures continue to approach or reach 100 at many eastern locations through the midweek. Meanwhile, ring of fire thunderstorms form around the outer edges of the ridge, especially near the cold front. 5-day rainfall should reach 1 to 3 inches or more in many locations from New Mexico into the upper Midwest, Great Lakes, and parts of the Northeast. Spotty rain continues across the southeastern U.S. As the week progresses, hot weather gradually returns across the west. A front sweeps through the central and eastern U.S. next week with scattered rain and thunderstorms, possibly stalling in the southern U.S. with heavy rain. The Black Sea region saw spotty rain over the weekend, but several chances of rain this week could be more beneficial for corn in need of a lot of rain. The North China Plain continues to be very dry, while the Northeast is enduring short-term dryness. More frequent rain is possible next week in northern China, which would benefit developing corn and soybeans. Western Australia benefited from rainfall this past weekend, but the rain expected to be spotty in the drier east this early week. Rain across Australia is more critical in the next month or two as wheat gets into the reproductive stage. With your check of ag weather, I'm Paul Perkins.